Hello, everyone. It's Sister Mary here, and it's my pleasure to have Erin Holmes with us. Erin, just tell people who you are.
So I am the Administration and Communications Coordinator at Canadian Martyrs.
Great, and she is invaluable. I just want you to know that. So it's mid-June, and the weather, well, at least yesterday and the day before, was pretty hot and humid, and that always used to bring to mind, before we hit pandemic, the thought of, for parents and children, the thought of summer camp. But this year it's a little different situation for many camp organizations. And here in our diocese, we have one particular organization, the CYO, Catholic Youth Organization, which has a long history of service and ministry in the Hamilton Diocese towards children and youth, in terms of all their programs and the facilities that they offer. And they particularly offered two camps, Camp Marydale and Camp Brebreuf. And they've both been operating for many years. So Erin was the one who suggested to us that we focus on the CYO's efforts to raise money to keep their facilities going. And so Erin, maybe you could just share why that suggestion came from you about tithing this week for the CYO.
Well, I know that with the COVID lockdown, camps were officially canceled up until June, up until the end of June. It sort of remains to be seen if they're going to be able to open for July. But I know that the camp is a significant source of funds for the CYO, and they are struggling a little bit now without having that coming in. So they've made a bit of an appeal for some help, because they're just not bringing in the camp fees that they normally would. And after July, I mean, personally, even if they open up, I don't know if I would feel comfortable sending my kids there anyway at this point under the current situation. So they're struggling a little bit, and they do, aside from, running the camp, they have the sports organizations that they run through the Catholic School Board. I know the first time I even heard of them, it was because of cross-country running that they were organizing. So they need a little help, and I thought maybe we could offer a bit.
Yeah, I know that particularly their Marydale and Brebreuf have always been great places for kids to go in the summer. In fact, this is dating myself. I was there one year myself, 1,000 years ago, and my mother was the first year Camp Brebreuf opened when my mother was 16, and she's would have been like 97 this year. She went to Camp Brebreuf. It was considered a great honor to be chosen to go for that first opening, and at 16 she went. She had a wonderful time. So that tells you the long history in our diocese of the camps. So what makes those camps so special? Because I know you've had some experience in your family with them.
Well, they just seem to really be very summer campy, like the things that they offer. So there's archery, the kids can go canoeing, they go swimming every day. The facility is beautiful, at least at Marydale. It's a massive park. And just a huge green space. And my kids had attended Hamilton city camps prior to that, before I realized Marydale. And I don't mean to take away anything from the city camps, but they're just housed in recreational centers. So they have, they'll have like a playground outside, but it's just not quite the same full-on summer camp experience, and not quite the same activities that my boys are able to do there. I mean, I know the stories of catching frogs. There's a big sort of pond in the middle of Camp Marydale that's full of frogs, and that is pretty much the highlight of my boys' summers, is catching frogs in that pond.
Catch and release, I presume.
Yes, absolutely. Lots of muddy sandals, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
That's great. And I believe not too long ago that both the CYO put a lot of money actually into renovating both camps, so that they would be brought up to, standards and also be able to meet the needs of kids these days. And I think particularly Camp Marydale made a lot of effort to make their camp accessible to children in wheelchairs and things like that, or anything, or to have extra staff for any kids with special needs or anything like that. So yeah, it's been a wonderful ministry.
Yeah, one of my sons has ADHD, so he has some challenges with change and transition and separation. And I found that the counselors I was blown away. The counselors are teenagers, right? But they're still so empathetic and kind and caring. And the administration there is so understanding. And they've always made me feel really welcome, even though I know there are some real challenges that are involved. So I really appreciated that from Camp Marydale.
Well, so it not only addresses the needs of children generally, it really sees children personally and individually and accommodates what those needs might be, which must be such a relief and a joy for parents, that when they know their kids, they say goodbye to their kids in the morning, they know the kids are going to a safe place. Yeah. And one that will really help them enjoy themselves. Yeah, that's so great. So this week, that's what's going to be our focus in our tithe. You know, we give 10% of whatever comes in to the organization that we've chosen. And thanks to Aaron, we hope to give a good sum to the CYO for the ongoing sustainability of both their programs and their facilities. And you can drop your monthly collection or your weekly collection or whatever donation that you're able to make off at the trailer. Father will be there Tuesday afternoons and Thursday mornings. You can go online. Aaron set it up for us so beautifully that you can just make a direct online donation to the church, and we'll make sure that your portion goes to the CYO. So thanks everyone. Aaron, it's been great chatting with you, and thanks for that suggestion, and I hope it will benefit the CYO organization. All right, take care. We'll see you later at our check-in. Thanks everyone for joining us for this announcement. Bye-bye now.